I think we are live. We are live. Hi, guys. It's Kia. It is Tuesday, March 25th, 2025. We are ending the month of March already. Already. Are you guys ready for April? Spring. We've been transitioning to spring. So now we're fully into spring. Well, we've started spring. Let's say that. Um, just wanted to come on and chat a bit about fragrances like we always do. So today I had a dentist appointment and I'm like, what do I want to wear? What do I want to wear in this office setting? What do I want to wear, but also feel good? So one thing that I was trying to do was like, hey, let me go ahead and try to use some fragrances that I don't generally pick up, right? So I decided to just ask ChatGPT, like, listen, what's the top 5 fragrances to use with this fragrance that I want to wear? So one of the fragrances, like, that I have never worn since I purchased it, Kari, hey. I was just talking about my day out today, but to find out what I wanted to wear, um, I wanted to wear the Kayali Sparkling Lychee. I have not worn it since I purchased it. I keep thinking of like combos in my head, but I never really put them on. Yes, absolutely. I want to try a share your screen feature tonight, but I don't think I could do Chat GPT. Hmm. I'm not sure, but yes, ask Chat GPT anything. So what I did was I asked Chat GPT, what are the top 5 fragrances to layer with Kayali's sparkling lychee fragrance? And so they gave me a couple options, basically using the lychee, sparkling lychee as like the brighter fragrance of the layer. And so one that they suggested, which was sort of an easy sort of one that I could have come up with myself, but it was also an easy choice because I absolutely love the other fragrance. So the other fragrance was just MFK Gentle Fluidity Gold. And so I layered that with my sparkling lychee Kayali fragrance. And that was my fragrance of the day. I enjoyed it. Um, I love Gentle Fluidity Gold on its own on a whole other level. Like it's 10 out of 10 for me. So to add some sparkling lychee wasn't a thing. And I got to use a fragrance that I don't generally wear. Another fragrance that I barely wear is my Good Girl Supreme. I like it, but it's just not one that I'm just like, oh my gosh, I have to smell like these berries. I think it's stone fruits in it, but I never really feel like, oh, I need to wear this fragrance. So they gave me some options for those. And one of them that I remember is that they were saying to mix it with black opium. So I was like, if it could mix with black opium, I could also wear it with 100 Silent Ways. Hey, G, how are you? Good to see you. Happy Tuesday. Um, so uh, I look forward to trying that layering combo because yeah, I need to wear like some of these fragrances that I have. Hey, Ernestangelo. I have to like get that to roll off my tongue one of these days. But thanks for joining in. Yes, I need the hacks from you guys. So far, the fragrance chat GPT hacks, if you will, that I've been using is just to ask it like the top 5 fragrances to layer with another fragrance that I want to wear. I'm really into like trying to double up these fragrances because I really need to use them. I really want to see like them in all of its potential and capacity. So I was in a group today, and one of my friends was saying that she like inputted all her fragrances in GPT and asked them to, hey Amber, good to see you. Thanks for joining in tonight. So she I think she got her collection down to like less than 100 goals. And she was able to input all of those fragrances into ChatGPT and ask it to like asked it to say like which fragrances should I declutter to get down to 50, which fragrances are redundant. Like she used a couple different prompts for ChatGPT and they like really was giving up some sauce. So I was like, I think before I wasn't asking specific enough questions for it to be helpful to me, but doing this one prompt of like, give me the top 5 fragrances to layer with has been really cool because all of the things that they've mentioned so far, either I do already own it or I'm familiar with, or know a similar profile. So I did that today. And again, my scent of the day was Gentle Fluidity Gold with Sparkling Lychee by Kayali. What was your scent of the day? And have you used ChatGPT to assist with fragrances in one way or another? Leave it in the comments so I can know. Tell me. I'm so excited about that. Especially because I am getting to a point. I took a step back at my collection today because I was just going through, I guess it's the spring cleaning type situation, but just going through more fragrances and like rearranging and trying to clean out and figure out what I need to give away. And so some other things were like added to this shelf that I had. Listen, y'all, I wanted each shelf of my fragrances to just have like one single row, no more than 2. That has completely gone out the window. And I'm just reassessing myself like, girl, what are we going to do? We have to Marie Kondo and love it and let it go. Like, it's becoming overwhelming. But I do appreciate like really coming and chatting with you guys about my collection because I get to go through it, and I say this all the time, but just explore it on a little deeper level, and really just focus on my collection. Stop listening to the outside fragrance noise, you guys. Like, I don't know if I don't know in all the ways that they use that term, but like people that are dealing with weight issues, like we talk about like food noise and things like that. But there is a such thing as fragrance noise. Like, so this is kind of the where can understand when people just say like, I'm not listening to other content creators. I kind of get it in that sense. Because for me, when I'm listening to other content creators, it's a sense of community about this shared passion. However, when you have an enormous collection and you are at a point where it's like, we can't do anymore, it's almost like you have to cut out the fragrance noise and focus and hone in on my own collection. Stop trying to add, because it gets to a point where it's like, okay, I like amber, and these are the top 2. The other 8 have to go. That kind of thing. So I literally, when kind of sorting through some fragrances and seeing what I could possibly add to my fragrance shelves, which is really nothing. I was just making hard choices like, this is too much. We're gonna have to retrain our thinking. Oh, so did I start this in my notes? Coping mechanisms to not overconsume. So that's already happened, but we're not trying to do it anymore. Gotta plug up my phone. And so I started a list to myself, and I was like, one of the ways that I'm not trying to overconsume or to try to de-influence myself is if I want a flanker of something, just say no, because you have 3 other flankers that probably have not been used. So I was trying to use that train of thought with Cosmic 2.0, Edol Power that's out that I think I liked, and I was committed to picking it up because I have most of the other Edols. So that was one of the things that I was telling myself, like, here, no flank, like you cannot do any more flankers. You cannot really afford to do any more cherry. You cannot you can't afford to do really any more of anything. But I still am open to like decants, sampling, which I did a little bit today. Let's see what you guys are talking about real quick, and then I will see if we can kind of do this screen share feature that I haven't been using. So let's see. Thank you so much, Mr. Anestangelo. G says, I need to get creative with these AI apps. I only have ChatGPT at work, but have a personal co-pilot that I can use. Is that on Edge? I feel like I saw that on the Edge browser. Absolutely. Prompting is key with ChatGPT. Absolutely. Before I was just like, oh, what can I layer? And they come back and say like, oh, you can layer iris. Oh, you can layer. And I'm just like, no. What are the top 5 for, just really keyword search stuff that, search engine optimization type stuff that we learned for the internet, and how to use it effectively. G says her scent of the day is Nishane 100 Silent Ways. So that was one of the suggestions ChatGPT suggested Black Opium, but in my mind, I was like, Black Opium or Nishane 100 Silent Ways. Amber's fragrance of the day is Silky Woods Gold Filled in Banks. Love it. I actually feel like I need to smell the real thing of that because I've tried some dupes and I'm not sure how I feel about it. I don't even know what enormous collection means anymore. Are we talking 100 plus fragrances? Yes. Yeah. So for me, I would say 100 plus fragrances. Yeah. For some people, that could be 500 plus. For me, that is just a lot. Like I look around and realize there's a lot of things that I have that I literally have not given a full wear. I know what it smells like. I think I like it. But have I really like walked out the house with it on? Really had an experience with this fragrance? That is a shame. That is an absolute shame. And then I don't know what it means to you guys, but to me, T.I. says it ain't tricking if you got it, right? So it's like once I secure a fragrance, it's like, all right, it was cooler reading about it, hearing everybody talk about it and rave about it. And then once I get it, it's not as exciting and interesting anymore. So on to the next thing and on to the hype for the next fragrance. So ciao. Uh, Ernest Angelo says one way is to avoid buying hyped fragrances. That's hard, but definitely. Hi, Mamina. Her scent of the day is L'Aventure Femme, Aventus for her dupe. I do have that one. Layered with gentle gold, gentle fluidity gold dupe, dupes for slow work days. I love it. I need to try those together because I think it would give L'Aventure for her the sweetness that I need. I feel like it's missing a little something that suits my style. So that is a great combo. I was wearing part of my scent of the day was Gentle Fluidity Gold and Eden Sparkling Lychee as suggested by ChatGPT. I could have did that on my own, but it was just a cute nudge from ChatGPT on what to wear because I need to wear sparkling lychee. Like I think it's so pretty. I have the cute little bottle. Sometimes I honestly feel like it comes off a little body sprayish that I'm not feeling, but it does add this beautiful lychee fragrance and note to, as in today, it added that beautiful fruit to Gentle Fluidity Gold. So I enjoyed it. Um, Ernest Angelo is also saying, I'm gonna call you Mr. E because that is a mouthful for me that I have to practice a little bit more. Promoting is the most important way to create a question key to your persona. For example, assume I am a niche fragrance collector of over 20 years with 100 plus fragrances. Add the question. I like that it's personalizing the prompts. Yeah, so that is awesome. That is a great tip. And add that to your hacks, guys, because we are going to use ChatGPT for what it's worth for this fragrance obsession. G says getting off frag groups would be a step in the right direction in terms of jumping on a bandwagon of all hyped perfumes. You're right, G. You're right. I mean, of course, but sometimes just socialization. And I think, yes, so perfect tip, great tip. I think for me at this moment, I feel like I have been decent, okay, decent about being able to tune out some of the noise in fragrance groups. I do like to hear them talk about different fragrances because a lot of the times I may have them. But if something wasn't on my radar, it's almost like I keep scrolling because I want to hear about what is on my radar or what I have already and like what people think about it, blah blah, that sort of thing. But yes, very true. Getting out of fragrance groups. Like I don't want to be see, this is where I lie in the state of ambivalence, confusion, a little on the fence, because I don't want to totally disconnect from fragrance. It's just keeping the money in my pockets, using what I have, stop the over, cause like even down to if I was to ever finish a bottle, like I kind of feel bad throwing the bottle away. Like, can we repurpose this bottle? Is it recyclable? Like all those things. Um, Big E says, as a content creator, I admit it may be difficult to balance between getting new fragrances to show off, to show your followers, and actually buying the ones that you love. So, totally agree. Totally agree because I just do. Like you said what you said, and it totally makes sense, and I completely agree. I don't even think I have much to add to that, except for me, I try to stay in the lane of this is my collection. So if I do add it, that's nice because I already know there's certain ones that I'm pretty much a follower and a fan of, and that would be like Mugler fragrances, the Flower Bomb flankers, the Idol flankers. They're just, and then some houses that I'm really into. So I feel like between me genuinely just wanting to add stuff to my collection, then it becomes a benefit to share online with you guys and uh, just sticking with my collection, just sticking to even some of my older videos. It's just like, this is my collection. This is not something I've ran out and bought new to say like, hey, this will be great. No, these are just things from my collection. The bonus is if I pick it up. I hope that makes sense. I'm in agreement, in alignment. I understand. So let's go on to G's. G says, I have a running inventory of all my frags in a spreadsheet. You're so boss because that is my dream. I've been wanting to work on that, but I was makeup junkie before fragrance junkie, and just cataloging all the BS. Cataloging all that is crazy. So I'm so glad that you're able to do that. I not as disciplined. So let me finish your comment though, because I'm talking and I'm sure I can upload it to ChatGPT, absolutely, and that is the perfect way to get it in there. And I would never have to shop for another fragrance again, given the endless layering ideas. You are a goat for having everything in a spreadsheet. I wish there was a way to just kind of like scan across my shelves and it just like beep, 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 and make me a list. Can ChatGPT do that? But I'm so glad that you guys are here with me tonight. Thank you for sharing your scent of the days. I look forward to using ChatGPT more. So let's move on to I went sniffing. So I went and had a doctor's appointment. And of course, I'm going to scope out, is there an Ulta nearby, Sephora? But going to this particular doctor for years, I know that there's an Ulta. I was very, 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 very sad. Even though I keep hearing about it and it comes up as headlines on my feeds, it's just another thing to see it with your own two eyes. To see a huge, giant cornerstone landmark of a building, Macy's, to now be closed, the lettering is gone. It just like breaks my heart because it's like an end of an era. And what are you replacing Macy's with? Like, I feel like every time before Macy's came around, don't get me to lie, y'all, because once I haven't seen it in 10 years, I just kind of forget. But like we used to have Hat Company, we used to have Woodward and Lothrop. Just some different department stores before Macy's came about. And it's just like, what is Dillard's about to take over this? Like, what is happening? I really would like to know. I used to, I went to school in Pittsburgh, so they used to have a department store that I am forgetting the name of right now. And Macy's, did they take over? I think they took over that and then they closed shortly after. Like, you guys, it's just so heartbreaking to see Macy's, which is just like, it symbolized everything consumerism and basic shopping. Not, I won't say basic shopping, but just you're just used to having it as a part of your life. The Macy's, it's in one of our malls, carries a coffee shop, the Bucks. They have their own makeup department, fragrance, the MAC counter, like everything is slowly like wiping away. I'm just so sad. I'm trying not to be too heartbroken. But yes, on my way to Ulta, across the street, the Macy's was shut down. And it is a huge department store. So I was just so sad to see that. In Ulta, though, let's get on to what I was able to sniff. I want to see if I can do this. I'm gonna try this feature, guys. Don't mind me too much, but because we were talking about Ulta, I'm going to go to the Ulta site and tell you what I smelled. Super excited that finally some Ulta had the fragrances I was looking for. Okay, let's see if this works. We are going to Can you guys see this? Okay, so I can only see my tab that's open for Ulta, but you guys, I smell Alien Extra Intense. For all the Mugler fans like me, I was so excited super happy that finally I was able to walk into an Ulta and actually smell the fragrance. I kept seeing like the marketing stuff up at the end caps and things like that, but nobody had the fragrance. There's this thing going on where they are being shipped inventory and don't have a tester. It's very weird to me because some stores are just like, oh my God, I don't have a tester. Maybe they don't want to open a big bottle, but a lot of them just open a bottle and make it the tester. So I'm not quite sure what's going on, why people aren't making testers, or maybe they don't have enough inventory in the store to make a tester. Not sure. But I was, as a Mugler fan and Alien sort of fan, I was pretty impressed with this new one. Only because, let's see the details, because this is considered a floral. There are notes of jasmine and tuberose absolute, the petitgrain oil. But you guys, for me, I'm not sure if you all have smelled this one yet. The vanilla in it just comes out and it just speaks to the vanilla loving heart. If Alien is just too floral and you'd rather have a little bit more vanilla, a little bit more approachable, a little bit more friendly and warm and just not as badass as the original Alien, this extra intense. I cannot stand that these names are just so all over the place. But this Alien extra, because there was a hypertense right before this one. So now this one is extra intense. And it's also confusing just trying to ask people when they don't, they're not keeping up with every flanker that comes out. But the Alien extra intense in this beautiful, beautiful bottle. The ombre purple, dark, but it's just a warm, nice vanilla floral. Yeah, I really like that one. I don't know if I need a bottle. And this is going back to my don't buy any more flankers until you use. And I feel like I just have enough, like a dozen Alien flankers to use up at this point. And I don't know how much I heard about Extra Intense before it came out, but I was thinking to myself as I still have bottles of the Alien Essence Absolute, I'm like, when is L'Oreal going to put out another, vanilla type fragrance? And here it is. Here it is. And I am appreciative. I actually really like it. So while I may not get a bottle just yet, because you wait a little while, you'll find it somewhere else. If it's not even that much pressing of an issue, but I would buy a travel. Like if I'm in one of those moods where I need some retail therapy, another bad thing that should not be in my repertoire of things to do to, kind of de-stress. But I would pick up a travel just because I think it's just a nice vanilla floral. The florals are not too strong and striking as the original is, but I was able to smell that. I was so excited. Let's see. I was also able to smell. Did you guys smell the Good Girl? Good Girl. Is a very Good Girl elixir. These names, you guys, I'm just over it. It is very Good Girl elixir. Awesome. You know what? Let me check the comments really quickly. Hey, Chris, what up, though? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight. G says, I think my compulsion becomes a real problem when I love a certain house. Exactly. Well, you, you like the best of them. Arts and Materials line of Guerlain. And I just want to pick up every single perfume I love from that line. Totally get it. Totally get it. Yeah, you can see it. Perfect. Awesome sauce. Hi, Arlene. Thanks so much for joining in. Good to see you. I go crazy with travels just so I can have the fragrance I want. I absolutely understand and agree. I just think at some point I was paying 30, almost $40 for travels when I was like, FragranceNet has a full bottle for how much? So, of course, with indies and brand new fragrances, that's not going to be the case, but that's where I kind of stopped when I started my second collection of fragrances. I had thrown out like the first collection because they were all ruined. I was keeping them in the sun. All of them had turned and were off. I didn't know any better. I was like, I'm just going to have a travel size collection. It'll be small, minimal, just convenient. Don't have to worry about bottles. And then I was like, I'm going to Sephora all the time, spending almost $40 on travels, and I can get a full bottle off FragranceNet. Seriously. So, um, yeah. Chris says he ordered 20 travels in the last week, bro. If you like it, I love it, but I just totally had to like slow my roll because I have not been wearing these fragrances. I just have been collecting them. I feel like I need to institute the rule around finishing the decant before purchasing a full bottle. Here's the other thing I learned, G. Um, if I finish that travel, I'm on to the next thing and don't even need a full bottle. Now, if my life, like, oh my gosh, I really loved it so much, usually the travel is actually enough. Case in point, this is for me though. I'm just sharing my experience off, based off responding to the comment. I had a travel of Libre Intense. Is that the one? Libre Intense. I'm trying to remember the one that it was the Le Parfum version. I have the Intense. I love it. I have a full bottle. Didn't need a whole bottle. But I had a travel of the Le Parfum. I loved it. I finished that travel and haven't looked back since. On to the next because I just have too much. Whew. Chris says, yeah, I try to weigh the price to size options, but with Black-owned brands, it's tough. Totally, totally get it. They aren't available for the low at other sites. Yep. So that's exactly the exception. And but I really was starting a whole collection of travels that I abandoned. And I should do a series of like travels that I'm finishing. Like, because a lot of times I feel like if I do, because I'm sort of an oversprayer, and if I do wear it twice, I think I could finish a travel in 2 wears. But let me move on to the next thing that I smelled. I smelled oh, okay, that's nice. Can you guys see that? The Very Good Girl elixir. um, G says, I really need to stand in a corner after this month. I was BFFs with Neiman's and LV this month. Girl, she needs to stand in a corner on timeout. I guess if you love it and you wear the stuff, but I'm sure you're enjoying all of what you purchased. So today I also was able to smell this Very Good Girl elixir. I was so excited, but I think yay, I'm so glad you can see it. Okay, so because before I felt like I could maybe because I was on that tab. Anyway, this one didn't do it for me. I think I'm not as much of a Very Good Girl fan as I would like to be. I have Very Good Girl Glam, and it's strictly almost about the bottle at this point. I'm going to ask ChatGPT about layering that one to see if I can do something with it because right now it just does not float my boat. But I was able to smell this one. It definitely had the Very Good Girl DNA. So it's very much the flanker. But I just was kind of turned off that I can't even tell you exactly what was different about it. Tuberose, red rose, vanilla, cocoa, perhaps. It felt a little deeper than the Very Good Girl because that one is a lot like Delina Exclusive. So that one, yeah, it just didn't do anything for me. The other, I really, really wanted to smell the new Flower Bomb. But of course, they had the product, did not have the tester. This new one right here, I'm so pressed to smell it. Have any of you smelled this one yet? This bottle is super cute. Let's see what they may have a little different in here. There's a raspberry accord. I did think I did hear about that. Freesia accord. Vanilla bean extract, orange flower absolute. So I am super pressed. So at least this store had the product, but I was not able to smell it. Let me know your thoughts if you've been able to smell it. Let's go here because I also just want to see the price point. I know they're super expensive. This is a 1.7 for 150 and 3.4 for 185. You guys, well, Victor and Rolf has always been pretty pricey. But to get my mind off of that, I have the Magic collection in the travels. I'm going to break that out. I just ran across it again when I was doing my little sorting through fragrances and reorganizing. And I need to, how about wear them? You have them, let's wear them. That's kind of what you do with fragrances, right? So yeah, I'm going to do that. Chris says, get back to it because if you really love it, you'll buy the bigger. But if it doesn't hit like you thought, then you're just on to the next. So yeah, I was just speaking about how like a lot of times the travel is honestly enough. It gives me the feels, and I just haven't. Have I had a travel recently that I'm like, let me upgrade you to the bigger bottle? I don't know. It's been quite a while. My scent of the day is First Date by Sphinx Fragrances. I'm just guessing you had the SOTD roll call already. Absolutely, we did. But tell us about First Date because I've heard of, some of the more feminine Sphinx fragrances, but I've never heard of the First Date, you say? Yeah, I've never heard of that one. So definitely let us know about that one. What else did I smell in Ulta today that I was just excited about? Oh, I wasn't really excited, but I did check out the Billie Eilish again. I felt like I smelled it before and I just wasn't. I mean the bottle's pretty gimmicky, it's pretty cute, but it just didn't do it for me. However, I was like, musky, a little unisex, a little peach is giving. Sniff me. Not absolutely the same, but I do feel like if you have one, you don't need the other. There, Sniff Me gives a little bit of that Baccarat DNA because there's something in the Sniff catalog of notes and the materials that they use that shows up in quite a few of the fragrances. So I was glad to be able to de-influence myself and be like, I got Sniff Me already that I got for free. No need to worry about this one. We will move on. So that was those fragrances. I may have smelled one or two more, but those were the ones that I was really interested in trying and getting to. Now, the next thing I really wanted to talk to you guys about is just some of the women-owned fragrances. Some of them we may have talked about, maybe another fragrance from their brand, but let's get into it. So this one I have. We're ending Women's History Month. This is the last week of March upon us. We're going into April. So let's just talk about a few more of these women-owned fragrances. The first one that I have is not one that so here's the thing. I was ready and set to talk about Sand and Fog. I do have their oils. That is a woman-owned company. I pulled out the Good Scent, which is also sold alongside Sand and Fog at TJ Maxx and these other places. But let me just quickly see if they're like sister companies or what is the background, because yeah, so this one, um, yeah, it's called the Good Scent Company. Yeah, it's not saying it's woman owned, but we do know that Sand and Fog is woman owned. We love their oils. It's three women uh, who created Sand and Fog, starting with the candles, of course. So, yeah, sorry about that, guys. But this is the Good Scent Spellbound, another TJ Maxx fave that I picked up with notes of like apricot, plum nectar, jasmine, amber, tonka bean, and caramel glaze. So in the spirit of Sand and Fog, but not Sand and Fog. Ha. So here's another one that I have that is woman owned. This is Veronique Gabai. Um, this is Le Pont G. I don't know how to say that in French, but basically this means the G spot. I won this on an Instagram giveaway. These fragrances are pretty pricey, over the 250 mark. So this was definitely a prize to have. This is a very floral perfume. From what I understand, Veronique Gabai is French from Côte d'Azur. Um, so a lot of her fragrances will be inspired by that. This particular fragrance is a rose and iris fragrance, musky floral. And this is what I get for going into a profile and being like, oh, let me go look around and buy up stuff when I have fragrances at home. This has a very strong lipsticky iris with a supporting rose. Let me see what other notes they have, because it's giving me lipstick rose, but there's a bit of pink pepper, cedar, and tonka bean, vanilla, and amber. So it's not like Lipstick Fever by Juliet Has a Gun that has a raspberry to it. This does not. This is just white musk, iris, rose, and then our favorite base of amber, vanilla, and tonka. I'm surprised it doesn't have orris. I'm surprised it doesn't have orris in it, but it is a beautiful fragrance. And these types of fragrances are always compared to Fleur de Peau by um, Diptyque. So, and of course, Glossier U. I don't have Glossier U, the actual perfume, to really know like how close this one is, but it is a beautiful floral musky perfume, but really iris and a rose. That slight bit of warmth with the vanilla and amber. Some ladies came into the house. Hi, Alicia. Thanks for joining us tonight. Good to see you. Audit says, Kia, my job sent an email telling us to be mindful of the fragrance we wear. Should I comply? This was sent the other day. This was sent the day after I wore guidance. Shots fired. Um, you could comply. Just, wear your lighter office scents. I think because I have gotten into the musks and gotten into the kind of softer or quieter scents. I've amassed a lot, which I feel like I'm open to wearing. And I'm not sure if you are in that same boat, but if you are, I think it'll make it a little easier to comply. I'm sorry about that. That sucks. Perhaps you can mix the fragrance in your lotion and it'll make it more subtle. But yeah, that sucks when that happens. And I'm in an office and I thought it was actually kind of big, but in terms of like the air, space, and quality, it feels like my office is a little small. So I definitely need to be more mindful of what I wear. Sometimes I just get trigger happy in the morning and I don't air out enough on my drive to work. um, but Alicia's scent of the day is Amouage Love Tuberose. As much as I want it, I will get it one day. I dubbed that as my favorite tuberose because it's so creamy and pretty. But that's because I had like a decant size of it, travel size of it. Hi, Alexis. She said she is wearing number 4 Neon by Thomas Cosmala. I heard you talking about that on your channel. The, and I've been hearing about it a little bit more recently, but yeah, it was good to get your thoughts on it. After y'all ladies did the live of Spring Florals, I tried Guidance to work. It is beautiful, but we got some haters. People, sometimes fragrance can feel like more than just an assault on your nose. So I kind of understand. I don't like to be a hater, but when it's a fragrance I don't like, I'll be like, dang, can I breathe out this piece? Like, girl, what is going on? It's a hard issue to tackle, Ade. I'm sorry. Alexa says that's her kind of carrying on. She wears guidance any and everywhere. She don't care. Exactly, right? Um, I love that Alicia's trying to get into spring with her Amouage Love Tuberose. And says that her scent of the day is Roja Elysium Parfum. Ooh, okay. And Alexis agrees that it's a great office scent. But she do what she want though. Exactly. Well, I'm a little cautious, you guys. So I actually do what I want, but I call myself trying to be mindful, but sometimes the reactions I get from other people, I'll be like, oh, my bad, y'all, my bad. Let's see. So that is Le Point G by Veronique Gabay, woman-owned fragrance. Let's go with another one. I know this might feel like a cheat, but it is what it is because we love her too. Like I'm a fan of all things. Niche, designer, indie, celebrity. I have Billie Eilish. I am a Billie Eilish fan. So I had to have her fragrance when it came out. I thought the bottle was cute. I love the little Eilish on the side. And for those of you that know this fragrance, it's like a berry vanilla. So good. I do have Nebras by Lattafa, which is its dupe and it's stronger. But I just needed and wanted to keep this. I have no space for this on my shelf, but I put her on there anyway because Key is an Billie Eilish fan. Okay. The next one that I have is, and I'm so sorry, if anybody knows the proper pronunciation, can you type it out for me? But this is the Mossy perfume. I think this is literally when ooh, why are you blinking like that? This is the Mossy perfume. This was called Into Me for Women. She had only 2 fragrances at the time that I bought this. Into Me for Women and Into Me for Men, which she has now renamed this as Into Me Decadent, which is the women's version, and Into Me, what's the other? Well, just know the women's version is Into Me Decadent. This one, I sprayed it on. You guys, I have allergies. I take lots of medicine for these allergies. And I had the slightest bit of fake little popcorn shrimp, and it just set me off a little bit. So my nose is doing what it wants. But anyway, back to the fragrance at hand. This is Mossy Perfume. This is Black owned, woman owned. I met her at Sin Explorer this past year, 2024. And I was like, wait, that's so cool. I have your fragrance. So this is a nice, warm fragrance. It's a cozy, cuddly type fragrance. It opens up with some bergamot, and then it has a floral heart with jasmine, tuberose, and rose. But then there is this like gourmand-ish body base to it, vanilla, sandalwood, cashmere, cacao, and tonka. So it really just feels like a hug. It feels like something easy and comforting on these cooler spring days. I am a little torn. This is a great size, but I was a little torn because I felt like it was kind of giving me good girl Carolina Herrera vibes, just without the stronger tuberose. This is still has that little bit of coffee, amber, vanilla type thing going on, balanced with the florals. So I do like this. This is an easy reach, easy to wear, warm, comforting fragrance. Let's go to my next one. Let's see. Hold on. I want to see what you guys are talking about because I feel like I'm missing out on conversation. Amber says guidance you can smell from anywhere. Absolutely. And people probably felt assaulted. Even though it's so beautiful. So beautiful. G says guidance and Valaya are sillage bombs. Absolutely. Chris, first date. Okay, so he's giving us more information on his Sphinx fragrance, first date. He says it is fire and he's becoming a saffron sucker. Saffron, vanilla, lemon, and lime jumps out nicely. Calming coconut, then sexy cashmere brings you in. Can turn a first date into a first night. Okay. What a way to sell that fragrance. That sounds amazing. I mean, listen, I would wear it, or I'm intrigued enough to want to smell it. Allergies suck. They do. Cuz I thought I had them under control, and like poof, the little baby fake popcorn shrimp just kind of set it off. So that sucks. The next one that I'm going to talk about is Navitu's Cabana Sunset. Ooh, 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 that way. I feel like it's too bright to really see that. But this is one of Paulina Shar's fragrances. I think this is the last one that she did. This is in that neon pink bottle. And it smells great. Like, I'm not sure if I really expected this, but it also felt a lot like AI's last fragrance with the white chocolate. From my memory. So this is a sweet, fruity, tropical scent that has some depth to it. Let me see what the base notes are. The base notes are custard, vanilla, musk, and amber. Ooh, with some coconut and tuberose, lychee, peach. Okay. So when I got this, as you can see, it is quite full. I have not really worn this. Another one that I really need to wear, but I just I didn't feel into it. But with this cooler kind of weather that we have right now, going into spring, this feels like when I have to break out. I like that they told me it was custard in the base because I felt like there was something in the base that felt a little deep, but I couldn't pinpoint what it was. I knew it wasn't woodsy. I knew it wasn't nutty. I knew it wasn't anything that I was used to identifying, But when they said custard, makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. It makes me feel like I understand the fragrance a little bit more to want to wear it. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, did you find those vanillas at the Max? I did not look. Everywhere I go, I'll be like, Target, where's the TJ Maxx? I started looking around for TJ Maxx's, but I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. Arlene tells us that her scent of the day is Initio Paragon with VS Plum Fig and something else she can't remember. But those two first ones, girl, that sounds like it's a great combo. I know you're feeling great, smelling great, G says Cabana Sunset was either an absolute hate or love for a lot of people. Not sure if maturation was an issue when it first released. I feel like it smells like what I remember. It was just, I'm not sure what I wanted from this release. I'm not sure that I even had expectations. I did have expectations, obviously. But I think there was something about it that felt like typical Navitus, smelled like it was leaning towards the AI fragrance that I had already got a decant of. So it just wasn't standing out for me. But I have not smelled this profile in a little while. Tropical custard, fruity, warm, slightly warm. I'm into it a little bit. Enough to be glad that I have this decant. I should say that. I do love that beautiful pink bottle, but right now seeing too many bottles is seeing too much, and I don't like it. I feel like a lot of my Navitus perfumes needed a timeout when I first received them. They absolutely, for me, in my experience, I like them straight out the box, but definitely with some time makes it even better. Arlene says Mossy Intimate for her is beautiful. I agree. I have two more, and then we're going to hop off. The excuse me. The next one, which I think we've talked about this, but I'm not sure that I showed my bottle. This is Dawkins Arome. This ish is bananas. Vanilla, but vanilla. Banana, vanilla, sugar, guys, talking and reading at this. Okay. Banana, vanilla, black sugar, and tonka. So this was a replacement banana scent fragrance for the company. I cannot remember the exact name of the fragrance that they had before, but I did have a decant of it. It was really nice. I like this one as well. This can kind of come off a little bit banana taffy, but I don't mind because when I want a banana fragrance, I want to smell banana. I don't want to smell banana in the background. I don't want to smell banana remixed with, I don't know, cedar and pink pepper. I want the banana. So this fits the bill for me. I like it. Black owned, woman owned company, and we rocks with it. Okay. The last one. Okay, I hope you find them. Yes. Who's from Africa? The young lady that created Mossy? If so, I'm not quite sure. Alexa says that one was too literal for her. Banana Laffy Taffy AF. Absolutely. I get it. But I guess I don't feel like I'm a strictly wear it alone. So when I'm mixing it with stuff or layering it with stuff, I need a banana that's going to be a little bit more pronounced. And It did it for me. So the last one is Jardins de Mitzvah, Unaweed Nomad by Unaweed Nomad. And this company is owned by a man and a woman. So um, we given Alexandra, the woman creator, her props tonight. And when I was heavily into finding me a good dates fragrance, this is one of the first ones that I knew I had to have and was suggested to me. This one is a beautiful beautiful fragrance of dates and rose. The base there is almond and saffron. Okay, now my nostrils are playing games. They go back and forth, left and right. So let's see. This is florally, but it's a little bit soft spicy. It has cardamom and nutmeg in it with the saffron. And then there's also a bit of creamy almond to layer with those dates and rose. So it's slightly fruity from the dates, but a soft, spicy rose for sure. But I think it's so pretty. I hope to smell what I remember when my nose wants to act right. But this is a beautiful fragrance. I look forward to looking more into Uno y No Ma because they are inspired by leisure and relaxing in different locales. So I want to smell more. Do I absolutely love? But I do like Sugar Leather. And I just need to get into them more. They were Essence Explorer 2024, and I smelled some things, but in that environment, you're not going to get everything that you should get out of sampling. But I just knew I had to have this one. I love the note of dates and fragrances. And yeah, do you guys have any dates fragrance suggestions? Let me see if one of the fragrances that I am thinking of um I know what it's called. Um let's see. Nope. I had a fragrance in mind that I had to decide if it was dates in it or not, and I looked it up and it's not. But Alicia says she likes the House of Unui no Ma. Yeah, like I'm pretty interested and into them. Like it's G says nothing but sea and sky is a lovely musk by Unui no Mod. Oh, don't give me stuff to start looking into. Love at First Sight is my favorite from the brand. I need to check this stuff out. So excited. But I'll make notes and make some effort into wearing this daggone Jardins de Mitzvah. Um, Alicia says she has Suma Oriental and she's sexy. Oh, okay. I have some date fragrances. Cannot bring to mind, but I know it's Serge Lutens. Okay. Thank you. The new yes. I think I have heard about it, G. Moroccan Majul. Oh, so right. I like Electimus. I like Electimus Linden. Uh-huh. So I only have two so far, but yeah, that's all they had to say. The Majul dates, fig. Like, that's all you gotta say. I'm in there. I'm in there like swimwear. Um, sorry, I'm trying to Ellery fragrances. Okay. Dates the Light by the House of Ooh, but never smelled it. Yes. So I might have to smell the real thing. I think I got a dupe. I wasn't a fan. So I want to smell the real thing before I make up my mind that I don't like it. I trusted the company to make a really decent dupe of it, but I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I haven't tried, but Black owned woman caters to women. I agree, and I say the same thing for black male black owned fragrances. They cater to the men, um, which makes it a little hard for me to get into. But Masi, she has a fragrance for men as well. So she has the Intimate for women, and she has the Intimate for men. Yes, the owner from Masi. Oh, okay. So cool. She's from Africa. I don't know that much, but I'm sure you know and you're informing me. So thank you for telling me that. But guys, this has been a wonderful chat. If there's anything you want to chat about tomorrow, let me know because yeah, I need your help. Um I think the biggest thing like that's currently on my mind is like the amount of travel sprays that I have. I used just in general one, but then I was also a subscriber of royalty scents. So I have a gazillion of those like but it's hard to let them go or depart from them because I have not um given any of them like full wears. I've smelled them to see if I think I like them or not. And a lot of them is like, oh, it's cool. On to the next, on to the next, on to the next. So I stopped my subscription and that was a couple years ago now. So I'm proud of myself for doing that because it's nothing like, oh, new fragrance, smelling something new, smelling something fresh. But I I I got to get into my own collection. Karma has dates, right? You're absolutely right. Alicia, don't beat me up, but the original Kamra, like we just did not get along. So I was tired of having this battle with myself and I threw it away. I do have camera Kawa. So that's my camera of choice. So yeah. But I literally was just like, I'm so tired of this nagging at me that I just literally threw it away because I'm trying after putting up my shelves, I just realized how much other stuff I have that I don't have a home for. And it's almost making me sick. Like literally to my stomach. Um oh, Kristen like Mossy. Okay. You have 80,000 other fragrances for it to compete with. So I totally get it. See you tomorrow. Yes. Are they still in business? I believe so. The website is up and running, and that's where I was on to check out the fragrance that I have because this has this simple sticker label without much other information. So I had to go on the website and it's still up. They do have a new camera coming out, Alicia. Thank you for the reminder. I'm so intrigued. The One Luminous Night has dates. Got two dupes of that. What brand is that by, Kari? I'm not familiar with just that name. Um, Chris says plum fragrances. I ordered a few this week, or mint fragrances. Ordered two. I'm trying Blue Torch fragrances and three or Essential Harmony. Do plum fragrances or mint fragrances? Those are good ones. I don't know if I have. I need to check to see if I have plum. True, keep that money coming in. I get it. Okay. It was by Dolce and Gabbana. Rouge Sarai. Is that how you say it? Rouge Sarai. Rouge Sarai. I do have a decant of that. And when I got it, I think I felt like it was just like, oh, beating on your chest, a little too spicy for me. But I need to definitely revisit Desert Suave by Liquide Imaginaire. It has dates. Okay. Do I have Desert Suave? No, I think I only have the gold one from Atelier des Ors. Atelier des Ors, right? Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. It was so great to talk to you, see each and every one of you. We're off to another amazing week. And I think I'll be doing this tomorrow, especially if I find a topic to talk about. Let's think of a prompt for ChatGPT. Oh, I don't know if Alexis is still here, but are you going to the fragrance swap and mingle this weekend? I have a ticket. I hope to see you. I hope I get to go because my son changed his birthday plans and wants to do something on Sunday. So I'm like, bro, give me a break. But yes, I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Have a good night. Be safe. Love you guys.